This is for anybody who is trying to get an avocado going in the summertime and they're just having a heck of a time. This is the #1 thing I think anybody can do, and you can do it and boom, you got instant results the very next day to help protect that avocado, because they are very fussy and delicate those first couple of years. And this is what I think you guys should get. Mine is a bit too heavy. This was the 40%. I would probably go with a 30%, but I bought this to do everything in the whole garden. And I bought a nice strip that was about 10 feet wide by 30 feet, and I just layered my blueberries, and then the leftover bits I just kind of cut off, trimmed up, and you kind of just tie them together with some fishing line or something. And I pieced this very last piece together out of scraps to give this guy some protection. But it covers the top, covers the side. Like I said, I just roll this back up, roll it over here, and then tie it off on the end. This is my little avocado. This thing has just gone absolutely crazy. And it has like 6 splits on the top. I mean, this thing, it's like a 6-pointed star. It's going crazy. And same thing. This one gets a really, really bright sun. About twice as much as the avocado. And I was just worried about all this exposed stuff right here. So you can paint this with latex. I just kind of find painting is just, man, all this is new growth. You can see there was paint here, and I'm just not going to fuss with it anymore, because you have to paint maybe at the very beginning of the season, and then after that you just let them rip. But these have been growing so fast because I've been doing the foliar spray and I've been doing the fertilizing. I made a couple of videos on what I've been doing. I mean, these things now, I mean, holy crap, now that they're getting some sunlight and some photosynthesis going on, they're growing like a foot a month. They're just, it's crazy. All of these branches on the top are like in the last month and a half. It's just nuts. That thing has doubled. But I don't want to lose it. So on those hot days where the sun would just cook them, I don't see any point in punishing them. But look at this. It's all nice, green, lush growth. So you let it get the sunlight. Anything under 95 is good for them. Over that seems to just stress them out. You can tell the leaves that are here towards the netting, they're getting more sun. They're dying back a little bit. They're getting a little cooked. Back here towards the shady, cooler part is doing a little bit better. So the tree does not want all this sun. It's like, give me some shade here. It's trying to tell me this. So I got it all mounded up. I only water it a little bit, and I water it in the center, and then like maybe every 3 weeks, so I'll do a nice deep watering in there. But I've got this one double netted because the sun is so bright. If I stand here for 5-10 minutes, I start to feel uncomfortable. Because what was going on is the sun was heating up that wooden box that I'm planting this thing, and it would cook the wooden box, which would cook the soil, which in turn would just cook the plant. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be that bright, but everybody should stand where they put their avocado somewhere during the day for about 10 minutes. And if you're uncomfortable for 10 minutes, that tree is going to be very uncomfortable all day long. And this is my fuerte. And you could do something like this too. I've only got framing facing the west, so this doesn't have a box around it. It just has the framing for that really bad western sun. What I did is, you just kind of, it's like a little canopy. Don't do anything crazy and expensive. This is like camping. You just set up a structure to get you by for a couple of weeks. But basically, sorry, front yard. You got to get deal with some noisy cars every once in a while. For a Sunday, it's actually pretty good in the morning. But I just hung a shade canopy on the top, and it doesn't even really need to be there, but it just comes down. So this blocks that southern exposure, and then this blocks that western exposure. And wind cut it a few times. These are some of my ugly patches. But look at these, man. This thing is so happy. This one was having such a hard time. Since I've been doing this with this netting, they have greened up. They're so much happier. Nice big full leaves. Before I was getting these little guys. They just, man, it was just fighting just to stay cool. Now I'm getting these nice big ones. I mean, about the size of my hand. And I just go and I don't really deep water unless it's a really, really hot day. I just kind of sprinkle a little bit on there on a daily basis. And that seems to be a good fit for what I've got going on right now. But basically the idea with this is I just untie it here like curtains. I pull it over, and then I untie that one, I pull it over, and I just tie everything on this center one, and it opens this back up, and it opens this back up, and they get full sun. That is after the unwrapping, and quite literally that took about a minute or so. Not very long at all. So if you do this, the nice benefit is you really only have to watch the weather, and the day before, a couple days ahead, you just wrap it up. And I would encourage anybody to get about a 30-40%. This is a little bit heavy, but the nice thing is you're not blocking off all the sun. This is like patio sunscreening. Don't get this, it's too heavy. But what I do with this is I also found out another trick I'll share with you, is if you hang this, what you're doing is you're not shading the plant. This is designed to not shade the leaves, but it shades the soil. So it keeps all that soil nice and cool, and it keeps the sun from cooking it. Because I'll basically kind of show you what's going on. The sun comes in about that angle, and all this just protects the soil, and I draw that across, and that protects the leaves. So anyways, moving on, guys. Not spending a whole lot of time on this, but I will include a link to this from Amazon for the stuff I bought. You can shop around, get whatever you want, but it was a pretty good deal on a giant like 10 by 30 sheet, and I got it really cheap, so I'll just share that with you anyways. This is what it looks like when I undo the netting. It gets a ton of sunlight. See, it's all rolled up back there, nice and neat. Next time I get a 100-degree heat wave on the radar, just roll it over, zip it down, tie it off right here, good to go. It takes about a minute per tree. Way better than painting these things. So I've been watching this. I haven't been getting any signs of sunburn here, but I may just touch these flat spots if they don't leaf out soon enough. But the foliage on there is going crazy. I'm gaining about, I don't know, 4 inches a week or something, it seems like, if I feed them, which I got to do later on today. Okay, talk to you guys later. Hope all is going well.